What is NFT and how does it work? A comprehensive guide. We share many memes, infographics, jokes, artwork, and other digital assets with our peers and family for enjoyment, information, or to make the public aware of some event since we are tech-savvy and digitally sociable. But have you ever questioned who created those materials or where that digital property originated? Non-fungible tokens are the answer to these debriefs. It all started in 2017, when the first ever non-fungible token, CryptoPunks, was issued on the Ethereum blockchain by the American studio Larva Lab. Back then, the team was made up of two people, John Watkinson and Matt Hall. The same year, another project called CryptoKitties was published, and it quickly became popular. It is expected to yield a $12.5 million investment. In this article, we will discuss non-fungible tokens, what is NFT, how to start non-fungible tokens, and how did it start, as well as its popularity among the people, how to generate non-fungible tokens, qualities that distinguish NFT, its benefits, hazards, and the approaching future. What is NFT? Fungible assets or fungibility refers to an item or asset that may be traded or swapped for another sort of asset or value, whereas non-fungible assets tokens are unique digital assets whose ownership can be traced on NFT blockchain development platforms such as Ethereum. NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, are digital assets or a sort of digital certificate for possessing things or an asset that symbolizes a wide range of intangible and tangible items such as paintings, virtual real estate, postcards, films, and so on. Because each non-fungible token's asset is unique, NFTs cannot be copied or equated with a similar asset. More information regarding the development and cost of the NFT marketplace can be found here. Let's use a game ticket as an example to help you understand. If you give someone a baseball game ticket, you must definitely accept the baseball game ticket. Right. Will you accept a movie ticket if that person returns it to you? The answer is no, because a movie ticket is not worth the same as a baseball game ticket. If we substitute NFT for this example, the game ticket, which is an NFT, cannot be changed or traded with any other ticket because each baseball game ticket has its own unique identity. The same is true for NFT, where you cannot simply exchange or trade NFT tokens for tokens of equivalent value because each token is distinct and has its own uniqueness and rarity. Non-fungible tokens examples. Owning a digital collectible provides advantages over owning a physical collectible such as a stamp or rare coin. Each NFT has distinct information that distinguishes it from other NFTs and facilitates the certification of authenticity for a collection. For example, it renders the circulation of imitation collectibles pointless for an artist because the actual object can be easily traced back to its lawful user. Furthermore, unlike other NFT crypto coins, you cannot swap NFTs directly with anyone for the same reason, they are all non-identical/dissimilar. For example, even if you have two NFTs on the same platform that are part of the same collection and have the same size and color, they will not be the same. Let us look at several NFT project examples. Blockchain Heroes. It is a unique trading card series that highlights the commonalities between individuals in the cryptocurrency and blockchain industry. Decentraland. In this game, people can purchase the virtual worlds held by other players. The virtual space owner can commercialize their environment through shops, advertising, and other means. Prospectors.io. It is a blockchain-based game in which players' owned assets are delivered to them in the form of blockchain, and players earn NFT based on their gameplay. Gods Unchained. It is a digital collectible card game or online collectible card game in which the cards are in the form of non-tradable tokens NFTs that can be freely bought and sold. CryptoKitties. It is a well-known NFT game that entails breeding and collecting cats. These digital cats popularized NFTs by giving each token unique cat tributes. The history of NFT, how and why did it start? There are some debates on when NFTs originally appeared. Colored coins are thought to have been the first NFTs. Colored coins are blockchain representations of real-world valuables. Colored coins were first mentioned in a blog post by Yoni Asia in early 2012, titled Bitcoin 2.x, aka Colored Bitcoin, First Specs. Colored coins are thought to have encouraged experimentation and laid the framework for NFTs. Then came the trading of rare pepes on Ethereum, and ultimately, the first ever created NFT token titled CryptoPunks was issued. Following that, Rare Bits formed as a marketplace and trade gateway for NFTs, raising $6 million in financing. The idea of NFTs enabled the creation of a collectible card game known as GameDex, which raised more than $800,000 in its early days. Currently, an American digital artist named Beeple released his piece titled Every Day. The first 5,000 days, which sold for $69 million, 42,329.453 ETH. It is one of the first NFT artworks to be listed in some of the most prestigious auction houses. In addition, The NBA and Dapper Labs have collaborated to launch the beta edition of NBA Top Shot collectible and tradable NFT-based apps. They've been working on it since 2018, and it'll be available in the first half of 2020. The collection consists of packs of tokens with data and multimedia crushed together. Reason behind Nft Sudden Popularity. NFTs have been employed in a variety of businesses throughout the years, and they are now widely referred to as Ethereum tokens based on ERC 721. NFTs are popular these days for a variety of reasons, including the entire NFT data set is securely saved in blockchain, which means the tokens can never be deleted, destroyed, or reproduced under any circumstances. The scarcity of NFTs is their primary source of value. Although NFT developers have the ability to create a limitless number of tokens, they are purposely constrained in order to retain their value. NFTs are completely indivisible, which means they cannot be divided into smaller denominations like bitcoins. With blockchain's capabilities, NFTs may be readily traceable back to their true owner, eliminating the requirement for third-party verification for good. Fun fact: bitcoins are totally fungible, which means they may be traded while maintaining a constant value even after the exchange. NFTs, unlike other cryptocurrencies such as Monero, Ethereum, and Bitcoin, cannot be directly swapped. What are the characteristics of distant non-fungible tokens? Non-interoperable. Because NFTs adhere to the ERC 721 standard, they are considered non-interoperable, which means the information stored in them cannot be transmitted or used in any way. Rare. Currently, the overall number of NFTs in the globe is relatively low, and they are extremely scarce. This not only makes them scarce, but also increases their worth. Simply put, the fewer the number of NFs, the higher the price. Indestructible. Because NFTs are stored and controlled using blockchain, they have a higher level of security. This implies they can never, ever be destroyed or withdrawn. Indivisible. Because NFT crypto coins are non-fungible and have no fixed value, you cannot send a portion of them to anyone, unlike other cryptocurrencies. For example, one Bitcoin will have the same value after transfer, but NFT will not. Unique. NFTs, which resonate with genuine artwork, use blockchain to distinguish themselves from the crowd and determine the legitimacy of a work of art. It also allows you to distinguish between original and duplicated things. NFTs working methodology. NFTs are one-of-a-kind cryptocurrency tokens that are controlled on a blockchain. As a result, blockchain serves as a decentralized ledger that records the ownership and transaction history of each NFT, which has a code and a unique ID, as well as other metadata that no other token can copy. How do non-fungible tokens function? To respond, please read the following. The process of constructing NFTs can be carried out using contract-enabled blockchains and the relevant tools and support. Ethereum was one of the first widely used EOS, NEO, and now NFT standards are included. Tokens and smart contracts allow for the addition of comprehensive information like as the owner's identity and so on. This technique gives NFTs the scarcity and royalties that make them appealing when combined with digital media. Scarcity. Scarcity implies that the owner has the ability to determine the scarcity of their assets. For example, if we consider a ticket to a sporting event or a concert, the owner determines how many tickets will be sold. Similarly, in the NFT token market, the originator has control over how many clones exist. So there are these clones, each with a tiny difference. In another example of how to produce non-fungible tokens, the owner can only make one NFT token, making it a unique and uncommon item. In any event, each NFT will have its own distinct identity, such as a barcode on every fabric or ticket that appears identical but is distinct.